Greetings, world and Femi. How are you, our beautiful golden Femi? Here we are again for another edition of a rocking
Pandoras
box.
box.
Woo!
Woohoo!
And I think, what is this? Episode 32, I think.
32, yeah. 32. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely. 32 episodes. I mean, God, there's some watching there. I think how many hours worth that is already.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot because, Femi, as well, surely you would have an idea, but before we actually start filming, we get together and we chat for, at least an hour, like, what's new? How have you been? And then we like build a segment of the show, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of hours. It's more than just whether we do a 1 hour recording, an hour and a half. There's more time into it. Plus, before I got to wash my hair and make myself all beautiful for you. So, how have you been, Gary?
I've had a bit of a cold, still have got a bit of a cold. So if I cough or sneeze during the show, I apologize, but I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling better, but
Okay, good.
it's just coming out. So I'm fine. Everything's fine. I've been taking all the tablets, all the pills, and all the potions, non-pharmaceutical, of course. And
And no salt up your nose, right?
no salt. No, I don't do salt up my nose. I'm not doing that. I'm
That
afraid.
works, though. It
It
really does
does.
clear. Yeah.
I agree, it
Yeah.
does. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, no, I'm not playing that game.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Well, some tastes we just cannot fathom.
Yeah,
But a lot is going on with the head right now.
yeah,
Because, like not only have I felt it, but on my one-to-one, like private sessions, I'm seeing a lot of cranial stuff, a lot of being nasal, a lot of congestion, colds. Me last week, I couldn't even close my jaw. I woke up and I felt a pain like within my hand, like in my ear tunnel. And as the day went, it got worsened and worsened. At the end of the day, I couldn't even close my jaw, So something was happening with my sinus, my hand. I had to eat soup. I couldn't eat pizza, of course. And but the next day I was fine,
yeah,
So
yeah,
it lasted one day. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it is cold season or cold and flu season anyway, kind of
Mm,
thing, and it's what it is, And I haven't been ill for many years, to be fair. So
mm.
it's a detox to something coming up. So I was positive, see it as a
Yeah.
positive. So how are you
Yes.
anyway? Everything right with you, Richard?
Yes, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Getting ready this evening because we were invited, Jenny May and I, to a burlesque event, a festival. So some dear friends invited us to a VIP table segment, and I've not done anything all summer. I didn't go to one concert. I mean, I drove my Firebird like the bare minimal. Last year, Gary, I would like fill the tank up every second day. This year, I filled it up 4 times. So I'm going out tonight and it's going to be fun. Yay.
Yay. I have a lovely time. Have a real
Thank
good
you.
time. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're really gonna let your hair down, I can tell. Right, so tonight's show
Yes.
is and we've both been contacted by this lovely lady, but this is Esther. Now, Esther came up with a really it's something that I've never really looked into particularly. It's something I
Mm.
don't have a lot of knowledge on. It really isn't. I'm aware of it, and some of the stuff was actually new to me when Esther brought it up to me, probably about a week or two ago now. Richard, was it a couple of weeks ago, perhaps?
Maybe yes, a week, 2 weeks
Yeah,
max. Yeah.
yeah. Um, and so we thought, what a brilliant show this will make, and
Yes.
we're going to look into the Roswell triangle.
Mm,
Now, by triangle, you'll understand more of this when we get into the show.
mm,
Because for me, I'd never looked into it particularly deeply. It's always just been Roswell, and that's how it was. I
Area
think that,
51.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, all the basic stuff. So we're going to have, we're obviously, we're not going to go too deeply into this show. This show's more really going to be about this is what we see. We're going to get Richard to look at the crystal ball, probably more so than the cards, because the pendulum is a yes no. The cards are a story of the energy, and the pendulum, sorry, the
The
crystal ball
ball.
is more of a story, a show.
It's a movie. Like I can see like I would watch a movie. This
Yeah,
is how it happens. Yeah.
yeah. So because I don't have lots and lots of knowledge, and Richard only has the basic kind of knowledge like I probably do over this as well. I think the crystal ball is going to be very, very interesting in looking at some of this.
Mm.
And obviously, we have other bits and pieces that I want to bring into it as well, which I think may not be necessarily connected directly to it as such, but are all part of the interconnection of
Mm.
the energies and everything else. So, I do know, though, Richard, before we get
Yes.
going, that you have an
Yes.
invocation to start with.
I do.
So, would you like to sort of like let the beautiful Femi have the
I
first
would love to.
invocation?
I would love to. And before I start, Femi, I would like to say greetings to you, our beautiful Esther sister from the Netherlands. And your message, a recommendation for today's show really hit strings. So this show is dedicated to you first and foremost, and then to all of the rest of the family. Now, this said, I did go into meditation because I found that it was very important as what I was seeing, as what Gary is saying about the triangle, right? There is a lot here, right? So we got Roswell slash energy of Area 54. Then what do we have after that? We got,
We've
what is
got
it called?
we've got Chaco
Yes.
and we've got Dulce or
Okay, so
Duluth.
how yeah, so
Yeah,
I see it like Roswell, Area 51, Dulce, and then
Dulce.
Chaco, and
Yeah,
it's all different energy, and this is where it's like totally tying in. So what I was seeing in my meditation got me to first, I would like to do a opening invocation for these energies, because usually I only do a closing invocation. This time I found very important to do two, beginning and ending. So, are you ready, beautiful golden Femi? So, this is the invocation of the unbroken song. In the red hush of the desert, beneath a sky older than sorrow, three gates breathe: Roswell, Dulce, and Chaco. One was the spark of contact. One, the descent into shadow. And one, the canyon of echoing light remains unbroken. We call now to the canyon's memory, to the stones that remember rhythm, to the stars that still answer when sung to. May every machine built from fear be quieted by the hum of a single truthful heart. May curiosity be reborn as wonder, and science bend again to service of the soul. Let the watchers in the sky hear our vow. We return not to control, but to communion, We remember the sacred technology of life. Breath, compassion, creation in harmony. Through love, we reclaim the lost circuits. Through song, we rise again. The unbroken song is alive in us still. Yes.
Very good. Very good. And so that is kind of an introduction into what we're going to be talking about, which is
Yes.
Roswell, Deuce, and Chaco, or
Mhm.
Chaco. And again, for everybody who lives in that area and me completely destroying the pronunciation, I do apologize. But what we have
Mhm.
is Roswell. Now, Roswell is actually Walker Air Base.
Mhm.
And Roswell, as we now know it as, but Walker Air Base was actually a training base for bombers and that sort of stuff. You know, it was an American heavy training for big bombers, practicing dropping bombs. They wouldn't drop bombs; they'd drop big sandbags on things. You know, it's that sort of stuff. Now it's actually closed now, and it was closed in 1967. Now, whether it's truly closed or not is another thing, but officially that airbase was closed in 1967. And the Roswell incident that we talk about happened in 1947, and it's
Mhm.
known as the UFO incident.
Mhm.
Okay. And the story is a UFO crashed, it was recovered very close to the airbase, moved to the airbase, potentially taken down underground below the airbase, and there were off-world entities or aliens, whatever you know, whatever beings you want to call them, and they passed, but what we were left with was a craft, and it's the craft that's probably more significant than the beings that are inside it. I don't mean that in a horrible way,
No,
but
no.
but
Mm.
but when we start looking at the story and the understanding of what's probably gone on and the greed and manipulation that's happened from this, I think it's quite clear. Now, what we're fundamentally talking about is we have a high-tech craft that was beyond potentially the technology of the time. Now, we all know that in past eras they had high technology craft and we've de-evolved to a level, and there's certain potential places or people that still have the technology. Now, whether this craft came from inner earth or wherever it came from doesn't matter. The fundamentals are that we have a craft that was of a higher technological standard than what we were used to at the time, and that would have been reversed engineered. And by reverse engineering, what we're talking about is that they would have looked at this craft and tried to figure out how it worked, and by doing that, they would have taken it to bits. That's reverse engineering. And they would have looked at certain aspects of it. So, for instance, you could imagine that there was a microwave oven. Okay, this is a simple analogy, but there's a microwave oven on the craft. Well, what does that do? How does it work? And all of a sudden, they've discovered that this microwave oven, if you put some food in, it heats it up. And so they've reversed engineered. They haven't come up with the idea of a microwave oven. It's sat there. They've pulled it to bits. They've worked out how it works. They've worked out what it does. And then they go, oh, we've got an application for that. We can make money out of that. And
Mm.
so then what we get is the microwave ovens suddenly get burst onto the scene, and companies are producing microwave ovens. Now, and this is just a story. This is just an analogy. Like, you know, this is just an explanation of. So then suddenly we have a microwave oven technology that becomes commonplace within. But it originated for this story, and it's only a story because obviously it's probably not true about a microwave oven. It's just a, it's just that
An
that
example,
easy
yeah.
example. We had a microwave oven, and it came from somewhere else, and it produced something that could then be used, you know, and there we go. And so obviously with this craft that was clearly more advanced than a big old bomber, there's military applications and use for this. Richard, have you got any other views about this or anything you want to expand on?
Well, what do I have to bring on to this, right? I do feel that when it comes in regards to Roswell, Area 51, that could have been, because see, we're talking about a triangle here, right? And I feel that when we talk about this one, that could have been like the sky energy or symbolism, right? Where contact could have been done. Whereas I get different energies for the two other bases. So that would have been like contact, but was it really anything really all that new? I don't think so,
No.
you know? Um, but if you want, I can look in the ball, or do you want me to wait till we talk about all three?
I think if we talk about all three, we can
Oh,
potentially get a really good because you can then go into the ball and then put because again, I don't have a lot of knowledge on this. This
right,
this is what I'm putting together from the bits I've seen, the bits of research I've done over the years. It isn't a lot. It's not a lot.
right. Same here, same here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so perhaps when we talk about this week, I could be saying something completely wrong here, and it'd be great for the ball to say, no, you're wrong. This is how it's seen, or yeah, we're
Hmm.
kind of on the right track. Um,
Right.
so I think we'll leave the darkest one till last. So Chaco, which is or Chaco National Park, um, is ancient ruins there, which are pre-Columbian. Um, Pueblonia, I think is the way you say it. And again, I've completely destroyed that, but it's a pre-Columbian or it's a pre-modern period, so they say, and they give the date around 1000 AD. It's a bit before
Hmm.
and a bit after. It's around that period. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But what we have in this national park, in this canyon, are um, signs of or parts of an ancient civilization. And I think this fundamentally feels to me as more of a positive energy and something that's really old and ancient and
Hmm.
could have been the true destination of where that craft was really going in the first place. I don't know. But that for me doesn't hasn't got any connotations other than a historical energy of something that's important. Yeah.
Hmm.
But when we go to Duluth, the base, which is an underground base for sure, there's definitely stuff underground. I think we start to go far, far darker and far, far more nefarious.
Oh, yes. Big time.
Now, there's a gentleman that you might want to research. Um, his name was Paul Benowitz. That's
Okay.
Bennewitz, and he was a businessman. He's dead now. He's passed a while ago. Um, I think he died around 75. So he lived a good age, but he discovered something or found out something about this base, the Duluth base, and he kind of blew the whistle. And he made it his mission to shed some light on this, what he felt.
Hmm.
And it's very interesting from the little of research I did about him, because obviously we can't really go to, oh, Duluth base is this, that, and the other without mentioning one of the key sources of bringing it on. Um, he ended up in a mental institution and he was probably put there by the authorities and unalived is probably the way it looks. Okay.
Hmm.
So when we have somebody who's expressing their truth and then is removed from the scene, it often means there's something to it.
Well,
And so
yes.
this is something that hopefully Richard then can confirm on his crystal ball, looking at all the bits and pieces together. Um, but it's an underground facility. It could even be connected to Roswell underground facility or other underground facilities that have entrances in other places. Okay.
Hmm.
It is said that underneath this facility there is human and non-human entities, and it's kind of like I want to use the word energetically Stranger Things, as in
Mm.
they're using,
Netflix.
yeah, they're using potentially gifted humans, gifted different races, and playing some really quite sick games to try and get some of the technology that they have working, because I think a lot of the real true technology is controlled by the mind.
Mm.
So you can back engineer something as far as you want, but if ultimately it's the resonation of the person's mind to get something going, then you would and they would potentially then have different races, different combinations placed down there to try and look into certain things, which has potentially caused issues. Now, I'm not sure I really need to go much further than that. But I
Mm.
think, Richard, would you be able to look at the crystal ball and give what you see of the film, of what I've kind of described there, and see how you feel or see it in your words?
All right, so let's go see. My beautiful Femi, I got a new crystal ball. So she is a beautiful amethyst. She is bigger because I've read your comments. Richard, your ball is really small. So I got a bigger one, babies. And her name is, in homage to a dear beloved sister, Lady Isabella. Yay! So if you give me just a second, so for me to, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm so chill. I should do this more often, right? All right, Femi. I need a little bit of light. All right, so perfect. Eyeballs. All right, so my table might be moving because I'm on a little glass. Sorry, I can't help it. All right, let's go see around everything here that we're talking about. Roswell, Area 51, Dulce, Dulce, and Chaco. So what I can see right now from the beginning is I'm being brought not to Roswell or 51, but I'm going directly to Dulce. I do see the underground. I see experiments. I see different hybridize or like mixing. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, like you're mixing stuff together, like different DNAs. I'm seeing a lot of testing, whether it be off-world energy, humanoid looking, because many of them look humanoid, but I see testing DNA, mixing things together. I'm being brought to kind of experiments that we all know of in 1942-ish with Germany.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what words I'm allowed to say right here.
Yeah, no, I think we understand the experiments on the humans. We'll leave it at that.
And it's also machine with human. It's not just like splicing. That's what I was looking for. DNA splicing, because I do see like animal with humanoid, but there's also something that is like non-human, like computer kind of stuff. So I see a lot of mountains. So I guess that would be the desert. The mountain actually looks like a full pyramid right here. The thing is with Dulce, there is something really dark there. It is all that underground stuff. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of torture. There's a lot of grief energy down there. All right, so now I am seeing the lighter version, which is Canyon, Gayo Canyon, which
Chaco.
Chaco.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's coming out to me like a portal, like a door opening. So it's an opening, a door from another dimension. It feels like a tuning fork. You know, guys, like one of these things, like these things, bing, that's what it feels like, Shackle. So I can see a lot of different ley lines, I guess, but there's a lot of energy there. I also see that it tried the inversion to corrupt it, but it cannot fully. There might have been some underground stuff, but it feels like the energy there is so high, so pure, as in a tuning fork, that even if they might have tried to, it failed. It's a very different energy than the first place I talked about. Okay, this one feels very alive with remembrance. I guess I'd love to know, like anyone who lives in the area, please comment because I've never been there. This is just what I am seeing. One feels like chained up, torture, experiment. There's no love. This one is like a real light frequency, like a portal. Yeah, I can see beings entering the dimension, flower of life, flower of life. Yeah, there's a lot of ships here, huh? There's a lot of ships. Feels like almost like the light place that I said, Chaco, feels like there might be also a lot of angelic energy there. Yeah, there's three areas. One represents sky, one represents what would it be? I think I wrote notes about this because I'm seeing the three of them right here. Um, yes, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing because I have three pieces. So one is sky, that would be like Roswell Area 51, which is first contact. And then I'm gonna use your last one as the second one because it's coming in as the second one, the dark one, which is Dulce. That's the underworld, underground. And then if we look at Shackle, that would be earth and heart energy. So we got sky, underground, earth, heart energy. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff underground here, and there's been a lot of testing. I'm seeing a lot of testing with crystals somehow, or the crystal frequency. So I don't know who is down there, what kind of beings are down there, but they feel like crystalline, and there's testing on it. Wow, okay, that's kind of intense. Testing with water, murky water. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, there's a lot of beings in the sky over there, and there's a lot of action, like what I had tapped into Montana. Amplified here, though. Amplified. So, yes, did we speak about Skinwalker Ranch yet?
No, no, we haven't.
Okay,
We're gonna
so
bring
maybe
we're gonna bring that in later. But if you see something that connects you to Skinwalker Ranch and that, please do because it's interesting.
yes, I do see Skinwalker Ranch, and I did see that in my meditation, but now it's very clear because I'm seeing it like a movie slowly unraveling. Like, you know, when you're a kid and you got a pad of paper and you do a drawing, but just change as if it's walking, go, that's how it's coming to me. So, Skinwalker Ranch, I can see a lot of native aboriginals, we can call them Navajo Indians over here. So what happened with Skinwalker Ranch was actually a portal where the veil was very thin, and you would have off-world beings, or however it looks like, that would cross into there. But it was not something of horror of monsters. This is a hijack, an infiltration that came. Think about words, three-letter word agencies and all that, that did bring in a lot of fear looping around that area, and somehow the energy got hijacked because of that. And that's where like people would report seeing like what they call aliens or cryptoids or poltergeist kind of energy. But this is more like a bleed through, because I do see the portal being Gary, Femi, like the portal getting like something happened here. There's something that distorted, a distortion. So it's almost like what I'm being shown, like if you go to a fun house and you got all those mirrors and that you look like you, but then like you're 10 times bigger and you got big donkey teeth, like some a distortion. Um Yeah, the veil is very, very, very thin there, huh? And there is definitely a connection to the pyramid of the three other ones. But again, it's a bleed through. It's like almost like a memory of trauma. Because I can see that originally that ranch is not like, because I think they make horror movies on this now.
No,
Like,
they've got a series, and what they do is they do a series where they do experiments to see and try and film like UFO type things, and they and it's they've made it into a TV show, but there is stuff
but
going
there's
on
a fear
before it.
element around that,
Yes,
right?
there is. Yeah,
There is, because I get it, like that Skin Walker title. Yes, we originally had shapeshifters. I'm getting like yes, shapeshifters, but were they like like negative or no? I'm not getting that originally. That's like a hijack. And you said something earlier on. You said Stranger Things.
yeah, yeah. Because I've got a strange theory. Why wouldn't I?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
where
That's what he does.
that's what I do, and what I think they've done is they've taken gifted people to certain areas that are thinner veil wise, and they have tried to do something to bring something in or to change something or to allow somebody to escape from here. And this is the kind of energy I'm getting. What about you, Richard?
Well, yes, because it looks like almost. Do you remember the movie The Empire Strikes Back when it was Luke Skywalker on his white, what was it, camel in the winter, and then
Yeah,
that white Sasquatch kidnapped him and
yeah.
put. That's what I'm seeing, like ice, like in back of ice, like there's something happening there, like in back of the mirror. It's more complex than what we can think because there's so much energy here. And I also see like ceremonies, like repeated ceremonies that have happened. So there was definitely a hijack here, and something quite nefarious came in to use the energy there. Because again, shapeshifters. I mean, it's not always like a werewolf and then going for blood, right? I mean, these are things that happen, shape shifting, but it's not always nefarious. But
So
they're so
you're feeling that energy of from Utah, because Utah is a fair way kind of away from this area in New Mexico of Deuce. But are you feeling the same kind of frequencies and energies in the two zones?
yes. There's a very big connection that's there, Gary. And the hijacked version of Walker Ranch feels because now I got a being staring all the way towards Dulce. So it's like a kind of similar energy, but it wasn't originally that way. Hmm.
Because I think on Skinwalker Ranch something happened with the native Indians, and it said that they put a curse on the land to protect whatever it was that somebody was trying to get through. Now that somebody who was doing the native Indians over would have been U.S. government or governmental type things, wouldn't it? Potentially,
Yes, but I'm clearly seeing like one, two, almost three times the ceremony was done. And it does go into different kind of angles, right? Basically, what I'm seeing and I'm being shown is the symbol for Wonder Woman. So, like, or is this different timelines or is this different portals? It's a little confusing because there's just so much action happening. And I can see that the veil is so like misty, like like when it's cold outside and you go in the jacuzzi, like that kind of mist that comes from the hot water into the cold air. That's what it looks like. Oh, I did not know that you'd have Sasquatches over there. Apparently you do. Um, yeah, there's weird experiences in Dulce, yeah. Like I'm seeing hybrid like pigs,
yeah. It's almost like
like a pig, the animal,
yeah.
but it
Crossbred,
looks more human here. Yeah.
yeah. It's almost like the Stranger Things where they would have been using psychic children or psychic people and
Yes, 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 yes.
mixing them with something else to try and change the frequency so that when they could do the ceremony, it would cause the rift because it was an unnatural energy
Yeah.
creating another unnatural experience out.
And you're right, huh? Because what I'm seeing right now, as you're doing what you do so well, babble, I'm seeing fragmented beings, like the soul being fragmented as they scream um, in ice. So what does that mean? It's like it's actually not really beautiful. So this is not a humanoid. It's not a human. I don't know, it looks like a bird kind of sentient being. Looks human, but it's got plumes and it's being fractured and it screams, and the scream is frozen in shock and terror. This is not good what's going on there, Gary.
No.
This it also collects, I want to say, frozen in fear, like a Polaroid, a picture, something is captured in shock and terror. That's what
Yeah.
I'm seeing. That's
No,
what I'm
no,
seeing.
it's and to be fair, that's the kind of any. So, can we go back to Roswell itself, which is Walker Air Base on your thing? Do
Yes,
you
of course.
see that there was actually ever a craft that was taken to or underground of Walker Air Base in Roswell? Or is that the psyop? Is it a psyop? What's your feeling on this?
I do see a craft. There is a craft. There's an actual craft, yes. But see, I got one, two, three, four, five. We're talking about three bases. I'm getting five now.
Because I think the underground facilities spread out like an ant's nest.
Well, I was about to say insectoid when you said ant, because I'm seeing like a beetle or a cockroach or something that lives underground. So there's something about insectoids. I don't know why. So would that be like ant hills, tunneling? Maybe. No, I get that there is a ship. Like there was an actual ship. But guys, we got ships all over the place, right? So, why is it shocking that they actually have a ship in what was it, 1940, 50?
Yeah, and, that they found 1947, wasn't it? Well,
Mm.
that's when the incident happened, allegedly, where a craft crashed.
There's a lot of energy, huh? Like I'm going beyond like the ship. So I have the pyramid. I have like Illyrian energy here. I got like what looks like ancient Aztec beings. Easter Island, those statues, like I'm seeing that right here. I'm seeing like again insectoids. I'm seeing fish, like I don't know what to
Can
make
I
of
ask you a
this. There's
question? Can I ask you a question for the what you're seeing?
Yes.
When they did the experiment, we perceived time as linear. Is the double
Yes.
you saw a wave of time, which is why they all these different things came into, and why you're seeing such a hodgepodge, because the timelines all interwove.
Yes, and I'm seeing one timeline, two timeline, three timeline, four, and then I'm getting, I've never seen this before, linear. So one, two, three, four, but now I'm seeing timelines going this way now. There's two other ones, so I don't know how that works. It almost looks like a mishmash. It looks like so we could wrap our head around it, like chemtrails, what they look in the sky. But we're talking about timelines. So some like it doesn't just it's
So
different angles.
so when the bird screamed, did
Yes.
was that the thing that put the line through the timelines that intermingled?
Ooh.
That's what I'm getting very strongly, in fact.
Whoa, 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 you got something here. Yes. Yeah. Guys, like we know about the X-Files and Stranger Things and what you Skinwalker Ranch, I
Well,
think is
yeah,
a
yeah,
series. I never
yeah.
watched it. There's a lot more to it, though. Lot more. But you know what? Even like any kind of dark forces that were done, like, this is all being dismantulated, and there's just so much energy around these areas, like all four of them. But like you say, Skinwalker is in Utah, I think you
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. There's still like a key line, like a ley line. There's a connection.
yeah, yeah. because the other one that I was interested in, which kind of makes another bigger triangle, if we take New Mexico, Utah, is the Hoover Dam. Now, I think there's something going on with the Hoover Dam at the moment, or was around that period, because Hoover Dam was commissioned or came into being in 1937. And it's said, and why would they do a TV film of like Transformers or whatever under Hoover Dam with all the military stuff going on, you know? And there's also on Hoover Dam, there's some quite strange symbolism, which is quite demonic in or on Hoover Dam.
Right. And where is Dam?
It's on the Nevada Arizona border, just down
Okay.
from Vegas, fundamentally.
Okay, so that's why I'm seeing desert and all that. Okay.
Yes.
Well, yes, yeah, there's a lot of nefarious action that's been there for a very long time. But so that's an actual dam, right? Like to stop water and okay.
Yeah.
Because I never watched Transformers. I
No,
have
no,
no idea what you
no. Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
That's about robots turning
Yeah,
into
yeah,
giants.
yeah.
Okay.
It was actually Herbert Hoover, the 31st president of America, and in 1929, when he became president, um, brought this dam into being. And in 1937, it was producing power, and it probably is the power for Las Vegas. It probably powers Las Vegas, to be fair. Um,
Makes sense because I got lightning strikes right here. So around Hoover, um, okay, you remember that movie, the Swamp Thing? What's the 1950 movie about like a green monster from the ocean that kidnaps a woman? Is it the Swamp Thing? Um, Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Goon.
He's here right now with the gills,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's looking upright, like snobby to the sky. And there is a portal right in back of him, a portal within a portal. How do I explain that? So it's a portal, and within it, there's another portal, and he's coming out of it.
Is this
I'm
Hoover
talking,
Dam still?
this is Hoover.
It would make sense that they have the water beings in Hoover because they have unlimited amounts of water.
It's insane what I'm seeing. I mean, like, I'm seeing thousands of beings. I mean, it just, and I'm seeing like different timelines or pockets or bubbles of timelines. How do I explain this in 2 words? It's again like that face that got fractured, but fractured moments put into pockets or bubbles. And it creates a lot of confusion. So when you got to clean house, I mean, it's so confusing. Like, where do I vacuum? It's just like a new pocket. It's almost like an add-on creating like a shell, like what a turtle has on, or no, thank you, higher self. Okay, we've all seen this image, gross as it is, but a wolf spider with all its babies on its back. And then you do that, and you got millions of babies that run. That's what I'm seeing. Like pockets, pockets, pockets of trauma built, too confused. And one of light would not even know how to, where do I even start to pass the vacuum? Does that make sense? I mean, this is really weird.
Yeah, yeah. See, I want to go back to something you just said because I've got something just clicked.
Okay.
Hoover Dam is a hydroelectric power plant. You spoke about two lightning bolts.
Yes.
They're using the dam to create huge amounts of electricity to do the portal things with these underwater beings.
Oh.
And is that why you're seeing bubble on bubble on bubble? Because when you get the electricity to that stage, it'll then turn into a plasma, and the plasma would potentially create bubbles.
Yes, but it almost feels like entrapment to each bubble. It feels like Jail, secluded.
Is the bubble secluded because the being inside has done that to protect itself? And is it what they're trying to break through with electricity?
Well, I do have what looks like a demon with an open mouth and really angry and trying to come out of it. It looks like that monster at the end of Clash of the Titans, though, when the virgin is the princess is hanging, that thing that comes out of the ocean. What do you call it?
Well, that could be yeah, one of the old gods, wouldn't it be? It's like Aquaman,
Um,
isn't it?
release
Kraken.
the yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like a kraken.
Yeah, even though the Kraken's kind of like an octopusy type thing, isn't it? I think. But he's on the Pirates of the Caribbean.
There's been a lot of warring through all of these four elements, Sikkim. There's been warring, and I don't know how we don't have any records of what I'm seeing here, but it's a busy lightning strikes, timeline jumps, veiling, magic. There's a lot of druids here. Yeah, it's like a brotherhood of druids. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Oh, okay, hold on, hold on. These are not dark druids. Hold on. Where is this going? They're walking towards, they're chanting. Druids. Is that a wolf? Yeah, that's a skinwalker. Dogman. Dogman. Ooh, I was not ready for all this information, my Gary. I don't even know what to do with all this.
Well, one of the things that I saw was something called the Majestic 12, and this
Oh,
was created to investigate UFOs in 1950 in 52, and they're called the Majestic 12.
okay, so that could, and were they good to them or nefarious?
I think they were good, but I'm not sure.
So
I'm not
that could be
sure.
the druids I'm seeing because they're coming up with um okay, again, me and my movies. So Robin Hood, like the priest, it's a brown thing with a
Yeah.
cloak and a rope around the belly. So yeah, I could easily have 12 here, because I got several, and they're going uphill, but I do have a dog man in back of them. So that isn't, I don't know if that's a werewolf, but it's humanoid dog wolf looking. So he's there. Oh, could it be like explaining that? Oh, shit. Transmuting like Skinwalker, it's like a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that dogmen are necessarily evil.
I don't. Just because something looks horrid doesn't mean it is horrid. It's the
Yeah.
perception they've given us to it. We've been, via Hollywood, we see something that looks evil and creaturous and, "Arr," and straight away it's dangerous. But is it really? And that's the question, isn't it, as well?
Well, I don't know if there's a difference between a dogman and a werewolf, because as a child I did see a werewolf and it scared the shit out of me. But this doesn't look like a werewolf, but it is part dog. It's the strangest thing. And now I have a bird energy. So I'm being shown that reptilians can look more like birds than actually crocodiles, maybe, or some of them, because it looks actually like a turkeys, they got like beautiful feathers, but their face are not the sexiest thing, right?
Correct.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is, and it's staring at me with its one-eyed wonder.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Gary, like I could do this forever because
I
obviously
know.
I'm getting more of a story. Like Isabella is rocking my world
Yeah,
today.
absolutely.
So I'll
Yeah.
let you take control. Yeah.
Well, while you're still in the zone for that, can we
Yeah.
ask one more question?
Yes, of course.
They have obviously been doing some stuff that's really nefarious, and they've been
Yes.
trying to do some real dodgy and dark stuff within these areas, without doubt. Reverse engineering, everything else like that. And I know we keep going back to Three Eye Atlas and everything else like that,
Mhm.
but is this part of the reason why they've come here? Because they need to fix what's been done,
Three Eye Atlas?
or something of that nature, Swan or something, is part of the reason why they've got to
Yes.
come back in and fix
Yes.
this.
I get a big yes from higher self,
Yeah,
like a massive, like without even a pause. Because when we talk to higher self, our beautiful familia, it's like very easy. Like, what's the emotion that comes into you? Is it peace? Is it tranquility? That's always truth, and that's a yes. If you have like a tummy ache or you have anxiety, that's a lie and it's a no. Just I'd like to add that
yeah,
because
yeah.
sometimes we forget, because we all have access to our higher self. So it's a yes, but let me go see what I can get with Lady Isabel. Isn't she sexy?
Sexy. Because I just got shown, I got Flesh of the Goose, and I just got shown an image of a windscreen with a crack in it.
A wind.
Car shield, front windscreen
Oh
car
yes,
with a crack in
yeah,
it, right? And what the analogy I got was that if they don't stop the crack will go all the way to the end. And that crack that's been created in time and space by the scream could be the reason why that they have to come in and fix it and then get us out of here.
yes. There's so much resonance to what you're saying, my Gargar, because the thing is there's so much trauma bleed throughs. I say that all energy, actually, like if I was in this ball, knowing what we're discovering today, because me too, I don't know much. I know the X Files, they talk about area. I don't know anything
No,
like besides what we're doing right now.
no. I mean,
But
I'm. It's just knowings, fishings, getting the flesh of the
yeah,
goose, and images that I'm getting from what you're getting, and trying to put a story
yes,
together.
yes. But what I'm getting is I put all my energy from what I'm seeing into Chaco. Okay, because that is earth heart frequency that they tried to hijack. It's too pure from what I can see. It's not hijackable. So all energy there with the heart, and that will help ripple out. Because yes, we can have Atlas 31, Swan, Angelics, dragons, and all that. But babies, let's not forget that we are all part of creation. We're sentient, and we are not apart. So when we come together and hold hands, what happens? We become to the singularity, which then becomes to remembrance, and that's how we can like remove the distortion. Because the distortion, we're really, really hard at creating different timelines in different direction, which looks like black magic. That looks like spell crafting.
Yeah,
I've never seen it like timelines go like this. Like usually I see that now I'm saying this and this, this and this. This is what's being dispersed. And yes, I could see it. Now I'm seeing like all humanity, all sentient, benevolent beings that are not NPCs, we're coming regrouped. We're at the top of a beautiful mountain. It's a very, very high mountain. I don't know where this is, but there seems to be a pyramid in the background. And all of us have become to the singularity. We look like a hawk looking out right to the universe, and our wings that are down are turning into light frequency. The whole mountain is being like neon enlightened, and it's going all the way down, all the way down. Guess who's back? Those 12 guys, they're back. They're
really.
back. What did you call them?
The Majestic 12. Now,
They're here. They're right under the mountain with the falcon. Oh my God, there's so much here. mind blown. We have so many timelines that were hijacked and corrupted. I mean, I'm seeing cars going off cliffs. I mean, like, there's just, I don't even know what to do with this. This is like the biggest dramatic movie I've ever seen in my life. Dude.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay, so now I'm getting the vision of like a pike, a pyramid, but now we're gonna go back to Russian dolls. So something, it's going within, 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 within. Now I got some grays here, gray beings. Ah, those grays, huh? So do we want to talk about President
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower?
I think we need to at this point. I think this would be a good point.
Because I'm here now, I'm around him.
So my understanding, and again, I have done a lot of research, is Eisenhower, Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was, I think, the president, 34th president of America between 1953 and 1956. Um, he signed an agreement or a declaration with non-human beings that didn't work out for us. Right now, I'm not saying he knew what he was signing necessarily. He could have been well been tricked. It could have been a complete con job, because it's very easy for those kind of beings to trick us, put mind control over us, the strongest people. Something went on, and we were tricked into agreeing to something that I think links everything that you've just seen. Now, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing that he was tricked. I see that he was a good man because I'm not sure what his reputation was. I think some people think he wasn't good, but I'm seeing that he was actually good for the heart of humanity. I see like a council all around him, like a underground network, or it feels like very like spider energy or spider web under him, because all that energy is feeling very archonic, like dark and scattering around. And yes, I do believe that he wanted to make a good deal with benevolent off-worlders, but the people around him went behind his back. Went behind his back and made a deal, and that deal was with that draconian, reptilian, archonic, because these grays are all around the place right now. So that leads me to believe that he got hoodwinked.
I'm not surprised.
And we know about his granddaughter, Laura Eisenhower.
Yeah,
And like, I don't like watch, like, I used to watch her video. I don't have time to watch
no,
nothing
me
anymore.
neither.
But I know that when I had discovered her, I saw her under attack. Right now, I'm tapping into her energy. I still feel her under attack by forces. And like, I like Laura,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
feel that Laura is a
No,
plant. I don't feel that she's misguiding.
no.
She's working for humanity, Laura.
I
Like,
think she's
we
trying to
like
put
her
right
energy. Yeah.
the trick of her relation, the
Yeah.
trick that happened to her grand or great for grandfather, or whatever. I think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because ooh, that was a hell of a hoodwink, huh? Ooh,
it's re-putting back the karmic balance of the family, isn't it? Fundamentally,
yeah. There's ripple effects happening. It's as if we're in water, guys, and we're each wave is coming, like things are changing and being restored. Like these are, I think this was a great subject, although we didn't know much about it, Gargar, but it's creating a ripple effect, right? It does tie up to like 31 Atlas and you know
kind of does, and I don't want to make this
everything
about
is,
that, but
it's not the same subject, but it all ties in.
it
And
does.
the cleansing of here, especially not Chaco, but Dulce.
Dulce. Yeah.
I don't like Dulce
No. No.
at all.
No. And I
It's
used to get a
creepy,
very
it's gross.
yeah, and I used to get a weird feeling at times. I only watched, I think, the first couple of seasons, maybe 2.5 seasons of Skinwalker. And again, they call it the curse of Skinwalker Ranch. Always
Is that
got
what it,
a curse.
okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But there were
There you go,
certain
right?
programs where I'd watch and I'd get an uneasy feeling about it, and not necessarily anything would happen during that show, but it would feel a bit, ooh. But something also that's really quite interesting, and it's kind of a tangent here, right? But it's very interesting that in Chaco, one of the rivers that feeds into the canyon is called the Mockingbird.
Really?
Yeah. Mockingbird River flows into Chaco National Park
And
Canyon.
Mockingbird is CI.
Distraction,
Uh-huh.
media, false
Yeah.
kind of,
I don't
you
know if
know.
I should say the last word. That's why I hesitated.
Yeah.
Because I don't know with YouTube anymore. Like, I
Nor do
think
I.
YouTube has changed, but
Yeah, yeah. I think if we're
yeah,
we're we're
wow.
close, if we're close to the knuckle on something they don't want us to be talking about, they'll use any excuse they can to limit the views or to demonetize or a little slap on the wrist. So
Yeah.
you, well done with the self-control there.
You can't teach old dogs new tricks after all, right? The tricks are not just for kids.
No.
All
Um,
right. Did you want me to pull a few cards on anything
well,
or?
yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of covered it because again, there's not a lot else I think I can add to any of that. We've
Okay.
everything that I wanted to cover, we covered with that amazing crystal ball story or film that we got. And I think really I would just like, and I know we've seen it and we keep seeing it, but the lovely Femi and everyone loves a bit of reassurance. These fractured timelines and everything else like that, what's the ultimate outcome of that? What are we gonna live through for them being put together, and what's the outcome? It's fundamentally what is the
Beautiful.
outcome?
It's going to be gorgeous because I got three cards that flew out as you were talking, which is this is a brand new deck, my babies. Do you love it? It is like pink gold and shimmery, and look at that, the detail. But they're very slippery, as in like having lube on latex. But we got the king of pineapples right here. So that's a king of finances, of all that's abundance. In order to have a new day, a new dawn, with the page of wands, high hopes, a new direction, a new beginning. And then we have follow your intuition with the queen of wands. The witch of the tarot, right? We all have intuition now. So, very important to follow your intuition. We're going into a new journey where we are totally abundant right there. But I want a few more. Then we have yes. So it might be a little slower than rapid fire, but this guy, the page of pineapples, Gary Fenny, will always deliver his pineapple. This guy is a master plan. Hard to beat. Yes. Okay. So you are safe. Keep to yourself in these times. Don't go crazy. Keep what you have to yourself. Keep to yourself because you will be safe. And then, okay, be safe towards double whammy, the Hierophant. So the powers that be that had control over our simulation is breaking. And also, we are becoming like spiritual masters of education. Then for the future, we speak truth. So truth, justice comes out with the King of Swords. So the mind is freed. We are going to work on new projects, happily so, with a smile on our face, with a skip in our hop, with twerking, because he looks like a twerker, doesn't he? Yeah. And then we end, yeah, because we've been uncomfortable for way too long and we are getting enlightened, the aha moment. That's coming out of a slumber. Clarifiers. We are holding the world Gaia in our hand and the 11 portals, making plans for a bright new future. And there at the heartbeat, now we got Gaia restored all over again, pregnant, touching her womb lovingly, nature, about to give birth. And then we have, yes, so that'll be the end of that. So that stick in the wheel, that was a double whammy over here, right? So part of it is Khazarian Mafia. The other one is we are becoming spiritual educators. So the Khazarian part has been the one who has been a stick in the wheel right here. So when we look at those three clarifier ones, we're holding the world in our hands in a portal. We keep talking about portals today. And then we got Gaia rebirthing, and in order to get rid of that stick in the wheel, right? And we're talking about mostly three places as well. Okay, and then we add in like Skin Ranch, but this is it, right?
And Hoover,
Holding
yeah,
the world rebirthing around those three areas.
yeah,
Love it.
yeah. And the last card really is because it's a three of swords. We've got the three handles and the 3 points.
Yes.
And so it's the two triangles, the two threes. And we've actually looked at a small triangle in New Mexico. And then we've looked at a biggie triangle from Utah, New Mexico, all the way down to Nevada. And
Yes.
that's a big triangle as well.
So it might have been a little hard to decode, but I think there's a lot of information here. And
Yeah.
I think that it's actually beautiful. Again, like I'd love to bring attention because my higher self is really like focused mostly right now on not Dulce, the other one. What's the other one? I'm sorry, I forget.
Chaco, Chaco,
Shackle.
Chaco.
Shackle. Remembrance is bigger
Yeah.
because that's a really earth and heart frequency. And the more of us that come online and think, as in manifesting, we manifest any whatever you think of, you manifest into your life.
I just got this as well. In Chaco, we have ancient ruins.
Ah,
There's a reason why there's ancient ruins because when that building was complete, it was important, and so they destroyed it because of the energy. I bet you.
did they destroy it? All right, so what Gary said. Is this accurate? Because I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't have an opinion. Well, apparently you have something right there, you know?
When we have ancient ruins in areas that are very key, important areas, if the building's in a ruin, it means that that building was taken down or changed to change the frequency of the area to allow them to try and affect the area's energy in a negative way, is my opinion on these things.
Yeah, it's a yes. There might be a bit more to it because it started with a small yes. Now I'm going in circle, circle, changing data, searching data, changing gears. And see, it's not going to a no. So it's a yes, but there's a
There's a
lot
lot more.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not just like one other
No,
subject.
it's not. No, that's another
It's
rabbit
we
hole.
can't even wrap our minds
No,
around it because
no,
what I saw in that with the timelines going
I
in all
know.
direction, like
Yeah,
chemtrails, is like I had no idea because we know what we know with our experience, but that's like going into like a tornado of black hole and then like, whoo, I saw the whole universe. The hijack's been strong for a
yeah.
long time.
But that is how I
It's
see time.
exhausting.
Yeah, but that is how I see time, and it's also how I see timelines and the manipulation of. And it's
Mm.
really, really virtually impossible to explain what's going on in my head in a way that might make sense. Do you know what I mean? I've tried it in a couple of my programs previously, and I don't think I got it right at all. Um, but it's it's a fluid thing. It's like a twister. It's like a
Yes.
whirlwind.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
but what you also get is another whirlwind coming in another direction, and in
Yeah.
between these two whirlwinds, you have straight lines coming across, and then you have diagonal, and it's just like,
That's what I saw.
yeah,
But it's exhausting. Like
yeah, yeah.
it makes you really awake. And then like, where does it start? Where does it end? I don't see a floor. I don't see a ceiling.
No,
I don't see like it's just like
and
yeah,
that then
it's
connects
weird.
in, and that then connects into the toroidal field of consciousness. And when you start
Yes.
changing the angles, you
Yes,
then see the
yes.
infinity eight within the timeline spinning, and oh my
Mm.
God, my head's gonna melt. That was an awesome show, and I don't think there's anything else we can add to that other than please do your own research. Please look into these things. If we've given
Yes,
you,
please, because we're going as with a little amount. And again, this was an homage to our beloved sister Esther,
yes,
because we knew there was something
yeah,
here.
thank you for that,
And
Esther. Brilliant, brilliant. And
yeah,
perhaps we can finish off with an invocation, Richard,
yes, of
and there we
course.
go, because I think we've pretty much covered that one.
Beautiful, my brother. Are you ready, Femi, for an end show invocation? Do you really, really want to hear it?
You're a tease.
Oh, no, I can't find it. Okay, got it. Okay, so this, the closing invocation, I call it the return to light. The night has spoken, and the stars have heard. What was hidden beneath the messas now meets the dawn. From Roswell's sky fire to Dulce's shadowed halls, every secret, every silence begins to turn toward the sun. In the heart of Chaco, the song still circles, a pulse of earth remembering her design. May we listen. May we breathe with her again. May the metal yield to mercy. The code bow to compassion. And the lost children of the experiments remember that they too are light. The canyon calls us home. So let the gates align once more. Sky, stone, and soul. And in that harmony, let the new earth begin. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Superb, superb. And we really are coming into the new
Hmm.
earth. So,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
it's awesome. It's awesome. And I think that's a cracking show, Richard. Thank you very much for I
You're
mean,
welcome.
the crystal
I
ball
love you.
reading was just amazing, and I'm sure the Femi would join me in saying, wow,
Isabella had so much to show,
she
like
certainly did. Oh my God.
mind blown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And again, it's very, very difficult when you're seeing this for the first time. I mean, literally, the Femi got to see live how you and I will interact sometimes and work before we come on to here when we're doing pendulums and asking and to get that and the way it flowed was just unbelievable. And wow, that was amazing. That really was really amazing. So thank you, Richard, for that. Brilliant reading. Brilliant.
And maybe if I could, thank you, my brother. I love you so much. But should we mention that we got special guests maybe coming on board in the future? Or should we keep it as a secret?
I think a couple of teasers wouldn't go amiss because We're not obviously not going to be saying when these are going to be happening, but we do have a pipeline, don't we, Richard?
We do. So coming up in the next short future, we have mentioned, you have requested, and we will be able to grant. We will have our beloved sister Honey C. Golden on rocking Pandora's box shortly. And there afterwards, we will have our, well, you don't know her yet, but my
No.
sister, she'll soon be your sister, Berian from Berian Tarot or Tarot by Berian. So she's a beautiful sister that looks like Cheryl Land. And I do a segment with her called Double Vision. So she's also going to be showing up as a guest. And that's going to be exciting because that's following her trip to Egypt.
Oh yeah.
So she's going to
Wow.
come with high frequency because she's an oracle. So that's going to be a very interesting show as well.
Really interesting. Looking forward to
So,
that one.
yeah.
Really am. Yeah, yeah. And obviously Honey. I mean, wow, what an opportunity. So
You're going to love her.
oh yeah, I know. I know. It's
Like,
awesome.
she's like one of my most beloved ones ever. And you're like absolutely going to love her. I'm so excited. You know?
So
Yeah.
yeah, and that's really nice. It's something that Richard and I have spoken about, and we're going to try and bring on um guests every now and again that we can to because it's lovely to bring on somebody with a slightly different view, a slightly different angle, a different energy and frequency to give a just enhance what we say and do and show something different and mix things up a little bit. So, oh wow.
Yes, and grow the family, la
Yes.
famille. You
Yeah.
know, like this is a time of remembrance where soul family are gathering together, right?
Yes.
And I'm loving it because we've all been very, very, very lonely. And this is a good time to be alive,
It certainly is.
to
It certainly is.
remember. Yeah. So,
And with that, Richard, love, light, and blessings, everybody.
we love you, babies. Be well, and we'll catch you all on the next episode of Rocking Pandora's
Bye.
Box.
Woohoo! Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Mwah.
babies.